in Surah Shura, chapter number 42, verse number 29, that it's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who has created the creatures in the heavens and the earth and has placed creatures in them. The Quran says there is life besides this earth. Today science hasn't proved there is life besides this earth. Scientists say there are high possibilities that life will be there besides this earth.
The Muslim, they follow Zakir Naik or they follow Muhammad. So the question, why Zakir Naik he says something and Muhammad he says something else? Do we have any Muslim who would like to call us and show us that nobody can challenge the Quran? Who is a person can oppose the science of the Prophet of Allah? Any Muslim?
Give you the floor about the child being in the womb of the the steps a child is made in the stomach. Can you explain to me what's wrong with the Quran in that
okay
aspect?
Well, if we go on, let us see first verses speaking about that, and then we will understand better. And for sure, I think you agree with me, Bilal, that's the best one to explain these verses is your Prophet, correct? Not a guy in YouTube or Zakir Naik.
I would love the Quran because we're not Arabic. We're not really Arab. I wouldn't consider you or myself Arab experts, like in the Arabic language, especially in that time.
Why not?
Because and if you look at Sibawayh and like some real Arabic scholars, it would be probably more. My friend,
let me
understand.
My friend, Bilal. You see, there is always in certain time people who they spend their life studying something.
Yes.
Right? Okay, that make them experts. So I'm not going to compare myself by that person, but doesn't make me that a person I do not know what Arabic is, right? So he might be a person who is able to create a grammar rule, new grammar rule, because he's smart. He's studying this for long. So you know that the one who fixed the Arabic language is not even an Arab. Correct?
That's right.
Okay, the Arabic language was horribly hard to understand, horribly hard to have a grammar for it. It's a horrible language when it's come to grammar and how to make it work. Then a person who have nothing to do with the Arab, he just learned Arabic. He is so smart. He said to the dumb Arab, stupid Arab, let me fix your language, and he did. And until now, you are going by his rules.
Yes.
Okay. So the excuse of not being scholar in Arabic, that's not an excuse because Allah supposes speaking to every human being in that book, correct?
No, I mean like like when you're in you're translating it to English and also the hadith itself, like I like to stick with your Bible and my Quran. If we can stick to those two, it would be very nice.
We can stick to anything you want, but the question is, are you trying, my friend, to avoid what Muhammad said because it's embarrassment?
No, I'm not
maybe
trying to avoid. I'm not an expert in them. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
No. Okay, how suddenly you just say the Quran language is hard, but Muhammad language is harder? So you can understand the Quran, you can understand the Quran, what it's saying, but you cannot understand what your Prophet's saying. Explain the verse.
No, first of all, when it comes to Sahih, not Sahih, those kind of things, I don't know if you're an expert.
We will use only Sahih.
Are you a muhaddith?
My friend, I am not a Muslim at all, my friend.
Are you a muhaddith?
No. I will use your scholars saying this is Sahih. The scholars. The scholars.
That's the thing. Like, if we stick to the Quran, at least you will hold more weight, Christian Prince, because the Quran is like every Muslim that is watching this.
Okay, you as a Muslim, how you learned how to pray?
Of course, like I mentioned, we do have hadith that we do follow.
Okay. Then how come when you want you follow the hadith, and when you want you don't follow the hadith?
There are hadith that are like universally accepted all across, and prayer is one of them.
What if I do this? I will use only what is universally accepted. Is that okay?
See, I don't know which one is universally accepted because you're not a muhaddith and I'm not.
My friend, I am not the one who will say that. It's you, Muslim, who will say this is very authentic.
Okay, Can you just prove me wrong with the Quran? Like I don't know what's the problem. It's every Muslim here watching this. You might have a Sunni, you might have a Shi'i watching this. The hadith that you bring, Bukhari, Muslim, the Shia.
No problem. Let us go first to the Quran, and then and obviously, you know, I can tell Bilal that you are terrified if I show you what your Prophet said, because it's terrifying. I understand. Now I want you to read for me. This is a chapter 23. I like it when a Muslim he laugh about what I say. You know. By the way, I like I said many times in the front of people, I like this person. Bilal is a nice guy. You know, so you are always welcome to call me. So Bilal, listen to this.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Chapter 23, verse number 14. Can you read it for us? Open the link.
Okay, you just sent it? Okay, hold on. I'm going to read it here.
Yeah.
Chapter 23, verse 14?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, it says here, I'm going to read it in English. Okay, then we made the sperm into a clot of congealed blood.
Congealed blood,
congealed blood, sorry. Then of that clot, we made a lump, a fetus, or a lump.
All right.
Then we made out of that lump bones and clothed the bones with flesh. Then we developed out of it another creature. So blessed be Allah, the best to create.
All right.
Okay.
So do you find any mistake, or I should help you?
You should help me, please.
Okay, what is the first stage according to the Quran verse here?
It says the sperm, right? It says sperm.
Okay. And the sperm will become what?
Comes into like a little clot.
Is that what science teach?
I don't know. What does science teach, Christian Prince?
The sperm itself, I mean, come on, you know, Bilal, what is your education, with my respect to you?
No, Christian Prince, seriously, like, I do not know how the baby is formed in the stomach. I really don't know.
Okay, did you've been in school, right?
I know that the sperm goes into the woman's part, and then it goes into the egg, right? It fertilizes the egg.
Correct.
And then the egg, after that, I really don't know what happens.
Okay, so it's not the sperm will be transformed into blood. You just answer yourself. You just said the sperm go to the egg, and then the egg, what will happen? The egg will start multiply cells, correct?
The egg multiplies, yes.
Okay.
The eggs?
Yeah. So the first part of the verse is absolutely false, because it is not the sperm who will transform into anything. The sperm will deliver the DNA message and will fertilize, which means activate the egg. That's it. And then the sperm demolish. That's it. The sperm is not going to be a baby. According to Quran, the sperm...
Can I just jump in 1 sec?
Sure.
But what is that, like, here it's mentioned, right, the sperm into a clot, right? So after the egg is fertilized by the sperm, it does turn into like a small clot, doesn't it?
No.
It doesn't.
No, because first of here, this is a clot of a congealed blood. Congealed blood means dead blood.
Then what's a fetus then?
Where is the fetus? Did you see the word fetus here? This is you Muslim putting things in the Quran. It's not there. This is not in the Quran.
This is what it said. Then of that clot we made a lump. A lump is a fetus.
Exactly, but this is the third stage. So the first stage is a sperm.
Yeah.
Then the second stage is a dead blood, as you see, correct?
Yeah.
All right. And then the third stage is a piece of hard meat, lump. Okay, but not a single person in the world accept that a baby stages is like that, because congealed blood is not in any stage of the baby creation. And look what your prophet is saying, or his God saying, that it is the sperm who became, it is the blood, which it is the dead blood, and then it is blood, which is dead blood, become a lump. So what he is saying, that the same object is changing
But it says alaqatan here though in Arabic. It says that's not blood.
No, no, I've opened the dictionary. Alaqa is alaqatud dam.
ثم خلقنا نطفة علقة. علقة is like a clot. It's like a little.
My friend, you are an Arab who live in Saudi Arabia, but your Arabic is not good. ثم خلقنا النطفة علقة فخلقنا العلقة مضغة فخلقنا المضغة عظاما فكسونا العظام لحما. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay. فخلقنا العلقة. العلقة is the congealed dead blood. علقة الدم أي ما تخثر من الدم على الجلد. And this is why your Islamic translation is saying the word congealed blood, which means dead blood.
There's no dem here though, brother.
No, there is. This is the blood. This is the alaqa, the word alaqa. This is why the. Okay, did you ask yourself? Okay, why this guy is saying congealed blood? Why he's adding the word blood? Is he a Muslim lying? He's lying as a liar?
I don't know, but I know dem is blood. Everybody knows. If any viewer is watching, dem means blood. Alaqatan does not mean blood.
My friend, alaqa is alaqatul dam. Alaqa is a name. Alaqa is a name for a blood which is not a liquid no more. This is what alaqa is. And we can open the dictionary right now, and we can open the interpretation for you. Shall we open interpretation?
Okay, here it says in the English dictionary it says leech, you know, but I don't. Obviously, it's not a leech, right?
No, the congealed blood is not a leech. Alaqa is, you know, I can show it to you. What about we open the interpretation? Why we don't do that?
No, just make a dictionary. Alaqatan, what is it?
Alaqa is khatrat al-dam. You know, the blood when it is dead, it became solid. Let us see. Hold on.
Yeah, you can show the viewers that.
No, I will show you too, my friend.
Yeah.
All right. I want you to open with me. Here we go. This is the dictionary. I will give you the link. I will put it in the screen, but I will give it to you first. And as long, and you know, I'm very glad that you speak Arabic, because that will make things a lot easier for me. So, read me carefully with me. It says, علقة قطعة من الدم غليظ جامد وهي طور من أطوار تكوين الجنين. According to the Quran. And right away he quote for you the verse of the Quran after it. You see it? It is.
Yeah, but
it is a piece of a thick blood which is solid, not liquid, and it is a stage of the baby. And he quote for you the verse from the Quran.
Hey, but you said dead, right? Blood that's like dead, right?
My friend, does it say دم غليظ جامد?
قطعة من دم غليظ جامد. Yes.
جامد.
So
okay, what jamid mean? What jamid mean in English?
Like hard.
Okay,
like
so solid, right?
Solid.
That happened when the blood is dead.
Okay.
Okay, so you said, show me the dictionary. This is the dictionary, and you said to me, where is the word blood? Here we go.
Well, and then it says here, وهي طور من أطوار تكوين الجنين.
Exactly, according to the Quran. This is why he's quoting for you the Quran. Al-alaq ismu surah min al-Quran al-Kareem. So according to the Quran, it is a stage of creation of the baby.
This is you're showing me this is a translation, right?
No, I'm showing you the Arabic. I gave you the link in Arabic.
Yeah, this is Arabic. There's no ayah in the Quran here. It's just saying
No, it shows. No, read carefully. Al-alaq ismu surah min al-Quran al-Kareem. وهي سورة رقم etc.
That's al-alaq. That's another name.
My friend, he is mentioning to you to prove what it is, that this is mentioned in the Quran and this is what it's mean. Okay.
Christian Prince, I read Arabic, I understand. It's saying here, it's giving you all the different alaq.
No,
it's giving you
no. They are giving you a different pronunciation of alaq. This one is not alaq. This one is al-ulaqa. This one is ulaq. This is a different one. This is a different one. This is a different one, my friend. This is a different one. This is a different one. This is a different one. Those are words, are close.
This website is ma'ani. This has nothing to do with the Quran. This website is ma'ani.
My friend, it have to do with the Quran. Isn't you who asked me for dictionary?
Yeah.
Okay. What the dictionary? Okay. What is the first word saying for the dictionary? Alaqa. What it says? It is قطعة من دم غليظ جامد. Do you agree? Does it say that, or I'm making things up?
Yeah. But it also continue though. It says وهي طور من أطوار تكوين الجنين.
Exactly, and it is one of the stages of the baby. So
just to become a child or to become.
Okay, but this is according to the Quran. This is stupid. This is not true.
So don't give me this don't give me this website then if that's the case. Give me the
my friend, it is you who asked me for dictionary, and this is a dictionary.
You're giving me a Quran dictionary? That's what you're giving me?
This is Islamic dictionary.
No. I don't want Islamic. I want a regular dictionary, man.
This is I mean this all regular dictionary are Islamic dictionaries. What's wrong with you, Bilal? Come on.
all dictionaries.
Bilal. Okay, hold on, Bilal. Yes, all of them. You know who is the writer? His name is Muhammad Abdul Potato. The other one, his name is Khalid Barova, etc. So it's Islamic dictionaries, and as you see, right away they insert the Quran. If I'm a Christian, I will not use the Quran to explain a word in Arabic. The last thing I would do is the Quran. So this is an Islamic dictionary. Okay, you see, you remember I said to you, Bilal, I said to you. Can we go and see the interpretation of your scholars?
To see the interpretation, yeah, if you would like, but like I said, I would rather the viewers stick to the Quran and the Bible, because when we get deep, there's too many viewers. Christian Prince.
No. It's not. This is not the point. The point is, as long, my friend, listen.
Only
Bilal.
regard as 100%.
Okay.
Why can't you stick with that?
Listen,
it's the only book.
No, because now, my friend,
it is the only book.
Because now we are trying to understand what the chapter is saying.
No, it's clear what it's saying.
What's clear? Okay, make it clear for me. Go ahead.
Okay, it says we made sperm, and then ثم خلق نطفة علقة.
What is alaqa? Let us stop here. What is alaqa?
Okay, alaqa is we said it's like it's solid blood.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. Is that what science says? Let us stop here. Is that what science says?
What is that solid blood though? I want to know, what is that called?
You just told me it's your translation. It's your translation. You told me it's a solid blood. I'm asking you, is that what science says?
What I told you, first of all, I told you that you didn't bring me like a proper translation, but it's okay. That's okay. You gave me alaqatan. Alaqan is like a clot, and we know that the fetus is a small clot. That's why when women have abortions, these things come out of them. When a woman has abortion, clots come out of them, like dead blood comes out of them.
Okay, but this is not what the verse is saying. The verse saying that the sperm, there's no fetus yet. There's no fetus yet. It says the sperm became a clot. It's nothing yet. There's no bones. You see, even the Quran says the last thing is the bones. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay, but this is not what you were talking about then. So this is the stage. You see, you're a prophet, he said, that the stage is as the following. And this is why you're trying to avoid to talk about it, because that will make it clear. And obviously you don't want it to be clear, Bilal, because it's embarrassment. Let's read what your prophet says. Bilal, honestly, you know, isn't it you Muslims say that Sahih al-Bukhari and Sahih Muslim is the absolute books of hadith?
No, it's not. It's not the absolute.
Okay.
No, it's not.
It's not? So why you call it Sahih?
It's the Quran.
What Sahih mean? What Sahih mean? No. I'm talking about hadith. Is it scholars in the past who have studied hadith? Okay.
And who have claimed for it to be Sahih from their ijtihad, from their.
So it is not Sahih.
But can I ask you a question? Are those guys? Are those guys that studied, are they perfect?
Is your prophet perfect?
My prophet is not. What do you mean by perfect? Okay, perfect. I mean, in given the message, like the absolute, and he gave the Quran, which is perfect.
Okay, but
the Quran is perfect.
So are you saying to me that Islam is only Quran, because hadith is not trustworthy? We cannot trust the hadith.
I'm saying that we are not scholars
Well, I am reading the scholars' words, and I'm reading your books, and this is what you teach. You know, you live in Saudi Arabia, and you know, like you go to the school 5 hours a day talking about Islam, and the last hour talking about sport. I mean, what are you talking about? There's no education in Saudi Arabia except Islam, 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 Islam. You know, and the question is very silly. What is the name and the exam, guys, of the history? What is the name of the king, the founder of Saudi Arabia? I mean, everybody knows this question. You say it, you pass. I mean, come on, there's no education there except Islam. So I'm asking you now, is Sahih al-Bukhari, be honest with me, is it the most accepted, authentic hadith of your prophet's statements? Either you say yes or you say no.
Yes, Sahih Bukhari. Sunni it is the most accepted.
Okay. So I'm showing you the most accepted hadith.
Okay.
Okay. So your prophet saying that the creation. Read me carefully, my friend. Read me carefully.
You should respect my wishes. That you stick with the Bible and the Quran. That's all I want to hear.
Because now we have to solve a problem, which is understanding what the verse meant. And who is better to explain the verse except your prophet? Not me, and not you.
Go ahead.
Are you saying you are higher than Muhammad to understand the verse? No.
No.
Okay, so you're a prophet explaining the verse, so why would I want to hear the prophet speaking? It's like you are saying to me, Bilal, that Muhammad trying to explain the verse to us, he's listening to us now, and he say, okay, let me explain to you. You say, no, shut him up, I don't want to listen to him. But that's not right. So you're a prophet, he explained the verse, and look what he said. He says, the creation of a human gathered in the form of a semen for 40 days. Let me give you the link so you can open it from your side.
Yeah, send it, please.
Okay.
Also, Christian Prince, not to get off topic, but do you ever look into like the good hadith or the hadith that are pretty sound of the Prophet, or you just look at the ones that you think they're negative or they're lying? Or
my friend, you can tell me later any wish you want, anything you want about something positive, no problem. But that will not change the fact that he's a liar then, because all prophets who lie, they try to present themselves as good people. The Bible says, Jesus said, be aware of false prophets who come to you in the clothes of a sheep, but they are wolves. So a person who is a false man, he will not come to you and say, I want to rape your wife, right? He will make himself like a friend. Then you open the door for him, then you make coffee for him, then you trust him, and maybe one day you give him the keys because he is a closer friend. And then when you trusted him, he do the crime he is planning to do because he's evil. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Okay.
So if a man, he says something good, let us say he said, okay, respect your mother. That's wonderful. Okay, that's great. But doesn't mean he is a good person. So here your prophet saying the creation of you as a human is gathered in the form of a semen in the womb for new mother for 40 days. According to science, semen can live only for 5 days maximum inside the body of a woman. So when Muhammad, he made such a statement, speaking about the Quran, explain the Quran, as you see the word alaqa, as you see the word mudgha, you see, this is exactly the verse in the Quran. So alaqa, mudgha, nutfa, this is what the Quran is saying.
I apologize, that's wrong. Actually, in Arabic, inna ahadakum jamma khalaqa fi batn ummihi 40. Khalaqa. It doesn't say semen here, brother.
My friend.
It says khalaqa.
Okay, no, you see, your Arabic is not good. Inna ahadakum yujma'u. Let me read for you. Let me read for you. Listen to me. Inna ahadakum yujma'u khalquhu fi batni ummihi 40 yawman nutfa. So he is nutfa is a semen.
Hey, what?
Is a drop of semen. So
but in what though? Like semen, like what? In the egg?
No, you are not. Allah is gathering you now just as a semen. That's what it says clearly. Allah, he gather you as a semen, and this is what the real translation. Okay, let us say Christian Prince is not giving good translation because he have an agenda. What about you Muslims? It's your translation. It's your Muslim website.
No. Fair enough. Yeah.
Okay.
Continue.
Okay.
That is correct.
The creation of you.
I want to ask you though, Christian Prince. No, this is a serious question. I'm not joking here. So here it says arbina yoman, right?
Okay.
does that mean like just swimming around, or does that mean fertilizing the egg, or
well,
what?
It says في بطن أمه. Obviously, it is in the belly. It says the word button. You know what the word button mean, right? What the word button mean?
Button, womb, right? The womb?
No, the word button mean a belly or a stomach.
Yeah, this is the Arabic. This is why I'm telling you.
No, no, my friend. The word womb is raham.
Raham, but
correct?
Can button mean raham or no?
No, button mean belly or stomach. If I say batni yu'limuni, I'm saying my stomach hurting me. If I in the belly of your mother, that's mean in the belly of your mother, the belly. Okay. So we can say it is about womb, no problem. But as you see here with me, you're a prophet. He confirming that the first stage that you are gathered as a semen. Allah is collecting semen for 40 days. And then you are staying as a semen for 40 days. This is the first stage. And then you become a clinging blood for a similar period. This is 40 days, total of 80 days. So now you are a semen for 40, and now you are, the semen itself became a congealed blood for other 40. And then the last 40, you became a lump of flesh. That's mean the total of the creation of the baby is 120 days. Is that what science says? That a woman, she give birth after 120 days?
A clinging thing, then it becomes a lump of flesh like that. It's not a. First of all, it says the creation of humans is gathered in the form of semen in the womb of your mother for 40 days. Then it becomes a clinging thing in similar period. A clinging thing, which can possibly be a fetus. Okay, then it becomes a lump of flesh like that. Then Allah sends an angel who breathes the life into it, and then the angel is commanded to record 4 things about it. Okay, we don't need to read the rest of that, but here it doesn't say the baby is complete, my friend.
No, it says right there. That's it. Allah here now, he is writing his destiny. He's finished. Yeah, يؤمر بأربع كلمات, and then the angel, my friend, read carefully with me. And Allah, he sent the angel who breathed life into it. So according to the Quran, the baby don't have a life. He don't have a life until the last stage, which is very funny. So what is the
no, sorry, don't what do you mean until the last stage?
Yeah, here we go. You see, it is you who keep using the word fetus. It's you, correct?
No, I'm telling you right here, it does not say. It says the Allah sends an angel. Okay, look, let's read, right?
Okay,
it says,
when Allah, he sent the angel after everything is finished, correct?
No, that's not true.
What do you mean wrong? Okay, read. Become a lump. Okay, then read. Then it become a lump of a flesh like that.
Please. We all know that the baby is alive in the stomach.
He is.
We all know this.
So why Allah breathing life into him?
No, not right away though. The baby is not alive right away. Obviously, he goes through the period. He's explaining here how it goes through the period of creation.
So when the egg is fertilized, it's not a living creature. It's not living. It's what?
When the egg is it's definitely not a baby.
But this is the baby. The egg is the baby. The egg is not a baby. My friend, no. My friend, the egg is an early stage of the baby.
No, the egg is an egg and the sperm is the sperm. They come together, they fertilize, and they become slowly into the stages of the baby.
That's what we are saying. No, the egg after fertilization is the first stage of the baby. It is the baby.
Okay, can I just take 1 minute to speak so that I can finish what I'm saying, and then you can take it, please?
Go ahead.
Okay, it says, I'm going to read it again for you. The creation of humans is gathered in the form of semen in the womb of your mother for 40 days. Then it becomes a clinging thing. I'm not going to say fetus. I'm not going to say anything. This is what it says here. In a similar period. Then it becomes a lump of flesh like that. Okay, so how much is that? Let's just say when a similar period, let's say it means 42. Okay, so 40. How many days is that?
120.
120. Perfect. 120 is how many months?
4 months. Yeah, I mean...
about four months, right?
Yeah.
About 4 months. Okay. In the time of the Prophet, in the time of the Prophet, did they have babies like we have babies, or they had special babies that came out 4 months?
In the time of the Prophet, there's babies, they are born in 4 months.
No, I'm asking you, is that the case? Because that's what you're saying. You're claiming that the Prophet
No, according to your Prophet, babies can be born after 4 years, not 4 months.
4 years?
Yes. If you right now, if you search for Muddatul Haml fil Islam, the period, the maximum period
you're
of...
jumping from another thing. We're sticking with your hadith and you're jumping to another thing. I'm asking you a question.
No, this is we are talking about the same topic. You know, you are the one who mentioned the word 4 months. I'm correcting you. It says Islam believe that the woman, she can carry the sperm of a child for 4 years. Some even they say unlimited, some they say 10 years. And I can show the reference. What is your sect, Bilal? What is your sect? You're a Sunni.
Christian Prince, let me finish, Habibi. Let me finish.
What is your sect? Can you tell me, please?
It says 4 months.
Okay, what is your sect?
Here it says 4 months. And clearly, we know that a baby takes 9 months. Every human being since the time of whatever was 9 months.
All right.
Clearly. So this does not mean in the end here, when it says the angel blows into him, it does not mean the end of like when the baby is going to be born. That's the stuff that happens in the stomach, in the womb.
Okay.
So don't make out the Prophet to look stupid here, like he didn't know that a baby comes out in 9 months, because we all know, every human being that is a parent or whatever knows that it takes 9 months, or at least it could be 7 if it's premature, or things like that can happen. But so this hadith doesn't really validate what you're trying to say here, because the formation of everything in the stomach, it happens, and the angel blows into blows the spirit into the yeah, you can look, yes, blows the spirit into him. Okay, so what do you have to say about that? If you want to,
I mean, what I can say, I mean, come on, that's it. You proved me wrong. I mean, Bilal, listen. It's say after your Prophet, he stopped with the last 40 days. Did he mention anything else would happen? I mean, come on, you know. I feel for you. I mean, the guy, he stopped. He says 40, 40, 40, and that's it. And then the angel, he says, okay, this is your life. They breathe into him, and then he tell him his deeds. So that's it. But you are struggling to find a solution, trying to add the stages, but there's no stages to add. The guy, he said 40 and 40 and 40, and the poor Bilal is trying to look in the manual. He look at the, you know, Bilal is like an Arab guy, like all of us Arab. We buy a car and then we want to fix the car, but we never knows anything about car. And then we take screws and we try to put it back. We cannot find the place for the screws. So here Bilal is trying to find how he can close the holes in this story. My friend, it says 40 plus 40 plus 40. And then what happened? That's it. He gave him life. He's a baby now. Why is giving him life?
He's a baby. I didn't say like he's not. What I mentioned is he doesn't come out of the womb at that time.
What do you mean coming out? Okay, did your Prophet continue saying there's more of 40 days coming? Something will happen after that? No.
No.
Okay, that's it. That means it's over.
No, he's talking about the creation of the baby in the womb, and that's it.
Exactly. Say, so like, okay, are you saying to me that after the 120 days, the baby will go and live in the brain, or live in the tongue, or live in the neck, or live... come on. So all of this is in the womb already. So because the baby is staying in the womb, the baby stay, the baby...
Christian Prince, okay. He's talking about the process from the beginning to the womb. He's not talking about the process from the beginning till she comes out of the woman's vagina. He's not talking about... It's clear.
It's clear, like, okay, like the sky, my friend. It's so clear. Okay, let us try to help.
Christian Prince. Oh my God, Christian, where are you from, man?
Let us try to help Mr.
Can you at least tell me where you're from?
Okay, listen. Let us try to help Mr. Bilal, my friend.
Go ahead. I'm listening now. I'm going to give you the floor.
What is your sect?
I believe in the Quran.
What is your sect? You're a Muslim Sunni, right?
You can say Sunni, but I don't like...
I know. But you're a Sunni what? You're a Sunni Hanafi, you're a Sunni Shafi'i, Hanbali, Maliki?
No, I'm nothing like that. I follow the Quran and authentic hadith.
Okay. But you did not, you just gave me a false hadith now.
A false hadith?
Yes, you just made up things. It's not in the hadith. You added things saying the prophet, he said, he did not say this is until he come out of the vagina. He said until you are in the womb. Okay.
I said he did not say that.
Okay, hold on. Okay. So when the baby he is a sperm for 40 days.
Yes.
Is that true that the baby is a sperm for 40 days?
Okay. Once again, my friend, you keep saying, is that true?
Yes, I'm asking you.
The sperm, like I told you, it says here, if you read the hadith, your hadith that you brought, the creation of humans is gathered in the form of semen in the womb of your mother for 40 days. Now, when we say semen here, right? Does that mean? Because we know does that mean like it goes to the egg and then to the womb? Like that's like the details I'm not sure about, right? The details I'm not sure about. So that's my question to you. 40 it fertilizes, then goes to the womb. Or am I wrong?
Now, friend, the verse is so clear. It says that you are gathered in a form of a semen for 40 days. So you are semen for 40 days. According to science, or what doctors they study, that the maximum semen can live inside the body of a female is 5 days. So your prophet, he just added 35 days to the period only.
Okay. When it says womb here, my friend, we know that like when you're ejaculating into a woman, it's in the vagina area. It does not go to the womb, right?
Yeah, it's going to take 40 days journey, right?
No, like I said, like okay, like I mentioned, the details I'm not. But here it says womb, like it's in the stomach. How did he jump from like semen to womb? When you know clearly it has to go through the vagina, obviously, and then that area, you know.
Yeah, Bilal.
The ovaries.
Bilal, I feel for you, my friend. But when they say that it is 5 days maximum, and then your prophet says 40 days semen, it's a lie. This is not 1 day mistake. Let us say if Muhammad he says 6 days, we'll say wow, it's so almost close, you know. If Muhammad he says 4 days, he said okay, well, you know, but he said he gave extra 35 days. And Muhammad, remember, he claimed that a person he is a person who is receiving this information from his God, correct? This is not him being a doctor, correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
That is correct.
So when Muhammad he gave information claiming to be from God, and then we find that this information is absolutely foolish, that means this person is impostor and he is not a prophet. Yeah.
Okay.
Let me ask you.
Can I ask you?
Hold on. Before we change the topic to something else. According to science, who is the one who decides the gender of the baby? What did decide?
According to science.
Yeah, what decide the gender?
The male, right?
The male. Okay, thank you. Well, Bilal is educated in that field. You know, that's wonderful.
Not really, actually.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, the male. You are right. The sperm of the male. But look what you're. Okay.
The X I believe is female, and the YX is male, right?
Okay. Well, no problem. This is like a symbolic they give it to understand, to make it easy. So,
okay. According
to your prophet, if the woman she have orgasm first, the baby will be a female. And if the man have an orgasm first, the baby will be